Okay, good morning, everybody. It's great to see you. I'm sorry for the technical delay. There was a little bit of connection issues, but I hope you all are doing good this early morning. And let's see more faces on videos. Come on. Right. That'll be good. Let's take in some deep breath before we speak today's class and the kind of talk that I want to share with you. Right. So just begin. It's great to see you. I'm sorry for the technical. Okay, right. Give me 2 minutes before I begin by sharing the screen with you. Meanwhile, I personally feel that if you are ready, you can have some pen and a paper handy with you, just so that whatever we are speaking and whatever we are talking about can be jotted down, right? And as a person, I will introduce and everything, those formalities would follow. But for now, let's just get ready with a little bit of pen and paper around us so that we feel that this is somewhat a way of interacting before we officially see you. Okay, good morning to everyone. First of all, let me share this message with you early morning as we all are getting ready to start with something interesting. And I believe one of the first thing is always to have an enthusiastic good morning. I mean, it just completely changed the dynamic of how you present yourself early morning, right? So yes, good morning to each and every one of you. Now, whenever I hear the word good morning, one of the first thing that comes to my mind is an extract or an excerpt from one of my favorite book. I don't know how many of you would know, and if you don't, I will just share it with you. And that is, this is one of the phrase, right? You see an old lanky man who looks almost like a wizard visiting a boy-looking person. Right now, this person is Bilbo Baggins, and this extract or this illustration later done by a few of the artists is from a text called The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. Now you look at the way how this good morning has been addressed, right? I will read it out to you. It says, "Good morning," said Bilbo, and he meant it. The sun was shining and the grass was very green. But Gandalf looked at him from under long, bushy eyebrows that stuck out further than the brim of his shady hat. "What do you mean?" he said. "Do you wish me good morning? Or mean that it is a good morning, whether I want it or not? Or that you feel good this morning? Or that it is a morning to be a good one?" Right? Do you see how language is playing with you? If you know how to place it in the right way. And poor old Bilbo just respond by saying all of them at once. Right? So this is one interesting thing. And now why am I saying this is because whenever we say something, it's very important if we know how to say it, right? The whole intonation, the word, and etc. and everything like that, right? But before I begin, I would just like to welcome each and every one of you to our institution, St.CLARET University College. It's great seeing you, and it's a brilliant atmosphere, right? To have these kind of things. So yeah, I mean, there's no second doubts. You all are people who are into one of the best institutions in Bangalore, right? So my program is called Engaging with Environment and Understanding the Effects of Waste, right? My name is Tenzing Palian. I am from the Department of English at St.CLARET University College. So in case if you were having some kind of writing issues, spelling issues, pronunciation issues, you know whom to meet. Right? But why am I choosing this topic called engaging with environment and understanding the effects of waste? This is predominantly to tell you that most of the time, even as students, as teachers, as lecturers, as parents, we often forget one of the most essential things that is around us, that is built around us, right? That is nature. In today's time, no matter how urban we become, in today's time, no matter how much we protect ourselves within these concrete walls, we have to admit that nature plays a very important role in our lives. Without nature, I think it's very difficult for us to survive, right? And as young students, as fresh minds taking new leaps in life, I personally felt that this would be a good engagement with you all, right? And also, I will just say something personally, like when I was young, I remember the chapters such as environmental science, environmental studies were always seen as a boring subjects or subjects which could be scored very easily. We would not often feel very happy about it, or at times very happy about it. But one of the first reality bites that happened to me was when I went for my admissions, and environmental science was not considered as a subject, right? It was not considered. What I mean to say is that, yes, of course, sciences, arts, humanities, and commerce, all these subjects are important. But if we don't take care of the environment study, if we don't take it seriously, it will not have an impact that we are expecting. Right? So let's begin by understanding what all these things are and what all these things mean to us. Right. This is one disclaimer that I usually like to put for most of my presentations. My friends would know it. Most of the teachers would know it when I used to study. Why is it important? Is because I would just like to tell this that I am just an individual like you who takes all information and materials that are available online. I am not here to give you a doctoral speech or anything which is pretty hi-fi. I just want to come to a level where we can at least take little initiatives to do things differently. Right? And I really wish to thank every one of them with whose help we all are able to learn something new every day. Right? I have, from my end, tried my best to mention everyone's name and things which are around that I've taken these sources from. But yeah, in case if I missed it, you can mail it to me, and then we can, I can really thank you all for that. Right. Let's start. Okay. This is the Earth as we all know. I just wanted to show you a little glimpse of it. Let's see if it works, because the system is a bit working slow. So let's wait. I don't know what's the issue with it. Just a minute. Never mind. Let's proceed with the next slide. What I wanted to tell here was that I just wanted to show you a glimpse of our beautiful planet. What I wanted you all to know is that we often underestimate or overlook this beautiful place that we stay in, because we start thinking that the world or the space around is what everything is there, right? We stop looking at the bigger picture. We stop looking at the larger picture about this beautiful celestial body that we don't normally look at a celestial body, right? The moment you start understanding the different kind of connection it makes, it's really important for us. Very, very important, right? And it is because of these ignorances, I feel, and it's because of these unawareness is why most of the time we end up having a little knowledge to no knowledge about what is happening around us, right? So yes, this is my first thing to begin with, called engaging with environment. The moment you look at this picture, there is a sense of happiness, I think, or I believe, that stirs inside you. You start connecting, you start understanding. I mean, I'm sure you look at all those different reels and videos on Instagram that people just share with that awesome song. You must have seen those, right? The slow motion, they show a big drone video of beautiful places. That obviously makes you happy. Everybody gets happy when they see that. You go for traveling. One of the most important things that people go for traveling before the pandemic times were at places where they could connect with nature. It has always been about nature, right? So where have we lost that? Is it to say that people don't know about it? I don't think so. It's there, right? And this is also there with us, similarly, right? Often you would find that you are somewhere in a place which is beautiful to look at, a historical monument, and just when you see below, you would find people dumping, starting from crisp packets, potato chips packets, bottles, plastic water bottles, and food waste. Everything is just thrown there, as if like someone is, it will just get disappeared. But you know that doesn't happen, and this is one of my major concerns. And I feel, as a teacher, as a person, it's my utmost responsibility to share with each and every one of you the realities which are around us. This could not be very far from where we live, maybe 5 kilometers, 7 kilometers, 8 kilometers, who knows, right? But to say that it is not there would be a bit, like I said, you know, most times very ignorant. Yeah, that's the word I would use. I don't want my students to be ignorant. You are at STPC, I want you all to have this understanding to speak about. Right? I want you all to understand this, which is why I said the word understanding race. Right? This is an important feeling that we all should do. That is to, you know, shake hands with nature, or rather to go and embrace nature. There's been a lot of movements in India where nature has been seen as an important thing, right? And it is important. Why shouldn't it be? Right? Whenever there has been some kind of problems, we have always looked into nature, always looked at nature, to be honest. Not a single day can we say that nature is not there. Look at all our religious purposes. There have to be fresh plants, fresh flowers. Right? I think it's in every religion that we follow. The lighting of the lamp the fire has the significance of energy or something living, along with the different kind of flowers and plants and every other natural elements that you have. It's so important to us. That's the magical property of a soil, is what I believe. You throw anything there and you wait for a few days and you would see life coming out of that. Now, mind you, it doesn't have to be that you are from a science background or an arts background or a commerce background to understand nature. You need to understand nature as an individual, as a student, as a person, as a teacher, as every role that you take. Which is why I felt that, like I said again, it was my responsibility to share with you the importance of nature. Right. Now, this is one big question. Why? Why should we? Right? And what is it that makes nature so important to us? Right? The problem is, see, we live in times of great change and challenges. Right? Our species have almost usurped every energy possible. And in some way, it has also, let's say, changed the way how the whole planet looked years back. I hope you'll all agree with me, especially at this point of time where we are at pandemic, at lockdown, sitting at home. It's time for contemplation. Because we are changing, the things around us are changing generation after generation. And everything is not about PUBG or every computer games that you follow. Right? What I mean to say is that a good balance of everything is very important as a student. Right? Your awareness is this. I personally felt as a student like I was robbed of my learning, my relation, my love for nature. We had these various clubs, right? Back in schools and all, where I felt it was there for certain events, but on a real goal achieving thing, it was a bit difficult. Right? And that became a big problem, and that became a big issue, right? And that kind of sense made a big problem. Now, this is why I want to tell you, you just look at it, right? You just have a look at these things and try to understand. What are the changes? I'll give you a minute or two to contemplate and think of this, right? And while I do this, I will read something to you that I hope will kind of bring into your senses the problems that we're facing, right? The use of fossil fuels to provide energy is affecting our climate at an alarming rate. Our use of Earth's soil resources to feed ourselves are resulting in shortages and over-exploitation, which has resulted in a population decline of the flora and the fauna, generation after generation. And why is that happening? Because we are selfishly exhausting all the resources. And they are becoming scarce. It's become limited. Right? Look at all the natural calamities which is happening. Look at all the different kind of calamities which is happening. People are not understanding the seriousness of it. Right? People still feel that there is some kind of relaxation or nothing will happen to us. Right? But that's not the case. There is an emergent need of understanding these. And like I said, I understand you all are young. There is much more to learn. There's much more to understand. Everybody wants to enjoy and all. But what I want to just say with this is, along with the enjoyment that we do in life, these little learnings are also the building blocks. Right? And we must take it as seriously as possible, as early as we can. Who doesn't like places like these? You tell me. I would love and trade my life to stay here, given a chance. Have people not written about things? What about new exploration and new findings? Right? It all looks textual. It all looks textbook knowledge, but The idea is how much practicality can we apply to it in Indian education system, or like, let's say in our schools and everything. Many of us study these things. But my question is, where is the application? And which is why I felt that this is important to bring on that application. Right? This is one beautiful side. This is the Instagram side of the world, which everybody wants to look at. And then you have this reality which nobody wants to look at, or nobody has any idea. Right? This is happening. This is around us. This is coming for us. Right? The same thing which are there, the same beautiful side has another ugly side too. And this is the ugly side that I want you all to focus on. So why is it happening? How long can we say that we don't know about it? Even your computer games shows up beautiful places like these. Grass and everything, and either to hide, either to do some kind of achievement or some kind of movements. Right? One of the biggest threats that we are facing right now is deforestation. Rainforest, which are essential to so many organisms, are being just cut down for the sake of growing another plantation. When are we going to be serious is the question. It's destroying for our consumption, right? It is getting affected, all the animals around that. And you think the problem with many of us are the only thing that if an elephant dies, it's a big problem. Right? Of course, it is a problem with the big animal dying. But we also have to look into the microorganisms which are present here, which are almost non-existent. Right? I just wished all the songs and everything that we listen to had more of these elements into it. They can't show anything like that anymore, which is why they have to create digital worlds, fake world for us. Right? Back in the old videos, if you see, you would normally see people running around grasslands or pastures or some high-looking plateaus. Nowadays, those things are gone. Everything is restricted in one small area. That's what people are doing. Right? So this is one of the first things that we have a problem with. As individuals, as humans, we have always been a community. Years ago and years ago and years ago. Right? We have always depended on each other for hunting. Right? And I'm going very far to prehistoric ages to tell us that we have not changed as people. You look at this painting is old or whatever has been created. You cannot remove the plants from here. I don't think so. The trees, the grassland, look at the size of the grasses, the waterlands, all are blue and everything is around them. That sense of community where nature was considered important has been come down to a point where we are like now, hey, what will nature do? Nothing. Nothing it does for us, right? So that is where the problem lies. Look at this another picture, a brilliant painting, right? It's called The Buffalo Hunt Under the White Wolf's Skin. These were the Native Americans who ruled the place before the white Americans came in, or like the Americans who they call themselves now, right? Look at the pastures. From far stretch and ends, you would see only grasses and trees and animals in numbers, right? There was still a good balance where there were lesser people and more animals, because there was a kind of a balance which was happening. The ecosystem was running in certain kind of things which humans didn't understand for a very long time. Science are just centuries old, or maybe like, around, yeah, right? But the nature that has been going on for such a long time has been there since time immemorial. It's only humans' development with time that they have understood science, but science was ever existing, right? And what have we done with science after we have got into? We have modified, mutated things. Then I'll come back a bit later. But I want to connect this by saying that this was a phase where we all were going. We were starting with one age as a community feeling of hunting, of doing things together, right? Where there were more flora and fauna. There were many things around us. Then we came to this position. And I feel it's right to justify the, let's say, the audacious attempt that many colonizers attempted staying in India. It's a gruesome picture of these people doing trophy hunting. It's still common in some of the countries. They pay a lot of money for the life of some animals. Even in India, we see some of the times that people just uselessly kill some animals or the other, out of no reason. It's there on social media. It gets the backlash. People are arrested. Things are getting serious now. But will anybody dare post this picture on Instagram back then? I think it's a difficult thing. They would have had backlashes after backlashes. Right? So these are not fake situations. These are realities which we have to see that what is happening basically. And what have we come to? When we had animal skins or no clothes, right? We knew the balance of nature. As we progress with better clothes and more sophisticated lifestyle, look at how we have decimated nature, how we have treated nature. That is my problem. Right? This is one of the older, let's say, the graphics, the heliographs and everything which are there in Egypt, murals that have been painted in burial chambers. Very old. Right? Talks about the agricultural growth, talks about the agricultural development, which happened years ago. You could see there's here, if you would see, like the wheat is grown. Right? There's a big fresco kind of a thing. You can check that later. Right? I will share where it's seen. Right? This was another one. This is the shift towards the agricultural side, where we suddenly went in from animal hunting to growing crops, to developing, to understanding that we can basically play with the soil and we can grow crops and we don't have to go very far away. We can do the same thing in our lives and work with them. Right? That is why I'm giving you evidences or pictures or images which are like really old to make you understand that these things were there. There's a reason why people worship nature. There is a reason why nature is considered very important. Right? Then we come to our advancement. When we started to learn, we started to know many things. This is one of the another revolution called the Industrial Revolution, where things were produced in large number for mass consumption. Things were produced in numbers and numbers and numbers, and many people wrote back then, but we had to progress. People had to work with the demands of the people. The merchant class has suddenly risen. What you see before you earlier of the vast green land has been converted by these chimneys choking the atmosphere with various kinds of smokes. And this is still prevalent now. If you say that is not present today, look at this. Where have we come? Right? It is only degrading even further. This is the thing. We have taken everything almost as a joke. Right? And by joke, I mean to a point where we ignore is what I meant. Right? And then this happens to us. We end up sniffing these smokes. It starts affecting us. Our lives get affected. Our lungs get affected. Just imagine standing in any one of the traffic signals and all. The amount of smoke that you get, which you don't know about, unconsciously that you're smoking and breathing rather. Breathing, the right word, I would say. When you're passing by in your car, your AC is switched on, some air fresheners are there in your home, etc., anything. You are sniffing them unconsciously, and that's affecting your body because body doesn't know what is there. And they consist of variety. Let me remind you of a variety of chemicals that if I name now, many people will get bored of hearing, but that is important to know. This is still prevalent. I have taken these images and shared with you to show that these are the realities of people working. Right? It is as close as January 2019. And look at the headlines, which says how the pollution crisis in low and middle income countries affects everyone's health and what we can do to address it. That's where you and me come in between, because we have that power. We have given that opportunity to bring this change. Right? Look at the stats. People who believe in commerce and numbers and everything like that. Look at the numbers. Are these happy numbers? I don't think so. Look at the number of cities which are there, right? The months are given. The number of the threats are given. If you would look at, there is not even a single blue. Purple stands for very unhealthy, yellow stands for moderate, and red stands for unhealthy. Look at the situation, how it's going on. So these are your numbers. In case if people still believe that I'm just, just saying it for the sake of it. It's not, it's the truth, it's the reality. This is another problem. Water pollution. Right? There's a term called biomagnification, and I will read that out to you because I feel that sometimes it's important to be factual in whatever you say or you speak, right? So it says that biomagnification is the accumulation, the collection of toxic chemicals in the bodies of organisms as we move from producers to primary consumers to secondary consumers, etc. It occurs when a chemical becomes more and more concentrated as we move up the food chain. This is specifically true in case of non-biodegradable chemicals or pollute. Example, you threw some things. I mean, all the wastewater that we have at home is going somewhere. It's not getting collected or getting evaporated because at the rate at how we throw water, we know it. By the time it reaches the main water where it is accumulated, it's thrown into the ocean, right? And those oceans come, you know how the process is geographically. Those particles, those pollutant particles are being absorbed, taken by planktons or different microorganisms, which are later becomes a food for the next level of consumers, fishes, prawns, etc. You name it, marine animals. Right? Then those fishes goes in a bigger fish, and those bigger fish come to us, which we buy from our fish markets. Now, there's a common joke which is going on like a meme kind of a thing, where people start saying while they are giving the fresh fish, they're asking, the customer is asking, can I have a plastic? So the vendor or the owner says, it's already there in it. Right? So this was a kind of joke that became very common. And it was like an important thing to understand that it has come this near. It has come this close to us. Another reality picture. It's there. Please try to understand. Right? All the chemicals, I mean, especially science students here, all the chemicals that you study about will be somehow or the other present. And you see people without even protective gears, they're using a thermocol box. Right? This look much more friendlier in terms, right? For those who don't appreciate too much of gruesome image, this looks a bit more friendlier, but the message is the same. This is what happens if I have to show it to you in a much more animated form. I don't know if I can play this video. If not, I will show it later. Let's see. Let's try this out. I don't think so. I can play this 1 minute. Uh, I don't think so. You can see my video. 1 minute. I'll just try to rectify that. One minute. Okay, sorry. I think there's a little bit of complication with the videos. I will try showing the videos at the end of this thing. Meanwhile, let's get back to the slide. Okay, fine. As I was saying, right? Just check this out. Oh, this was not being possible to play. Okay, so if I have come up with a problem, I also want to share the solution with you. That is the method of saving water. As you can see, right? These are not very hi-fi ways of understanding. I've just taken this from the online. Even you can do the same. But these are measures that from how you can do things to prevent the wastage of water, right? Many different ways. Another important topic is food wastage. I have a big issue with food wastage. Reason being, this whole pandemic and the time that we were home, we had, like, let's say, dependent a lot on packaged food because fresh food was something which was difficult to get. So we had this problem, right? And sometimes it so happens that we start eating and they start, like, we're not able to consume the whole food and we start throwing them, etc., and everything. The problem is we again have to understand how much food needs to be ordered as educated people, right? Because packed foods are only there because we demand, right? The date gets over, everything has to be thrown. Right? Again, stats and studies together to understand what is basically happening and also the ways of how to reduce food waste. Right? I will just read out the ways to reduce food wastage. It says, when shopping, list food items based on planned meals, store food properly, and arrange item based on expiry date. Use food items which are closer to the expiry date when cooking. Incorporate excess food items in new recipes. Donate food items. Do not cook too much. whatever you do, please make sure that you in some way have the understanding of how to throw waste, because many of the foods need to get recycled. It needs to get absorbed. And I think some people still use compost and everything is there in Bangalore. The trend is already there, right? But another way, shop smart, and then, don't always go for the glossy vegetables, right? You should know how to understand vegetables and how it looks, right? Saving leftovers, taking whatever is there little, because I'll tell one example. Most of the time, I love idli varas, right, for my breakfast. So whenever I go to any of the places to eat, they are very generous when they give you sambars and chutneys. Whenever you're having those idli varas, right? I often tell them to give me in a small cup, right? So that I don't waste. If I need more sambar, I can go to that person and take more sambar. I don't have to take so much and then throw the rest of it. Somebody else can be fed, right? If I don't waste it. So these are small way of my example of understanding how you can save waste, right? These are few things that also affects us. Glass jars, having a wooden comb, and recycling, understanding how to throw waste. There are different colors of waste boxes everywhere, but we end up throwing everything in the same box. There's a reason. The plastic straws that we have at our, let's say, frozen bottles or any other places that we drink. So any places. I'm sorry, frozen bottle gives in bottle. I'm sorry, but other places where people use plastic straws, those comes up with a lot of cost and everything like that, right? Then you have these different bags and everything, which is where you can throw different waste. It's there, different colors, right? So it's some way you have to understand that how you have to understand household waste with commercial waste. Segregation is important. I really appreciate all the Safai Karmacharis, brothers and sisters who are here and who help us. And they keep telling us, at times to a point where the school are saying that, please go segregate the waste and throw. It's important, right? These are your different colors, a different kind of things can be thrown. Another very, very relevant problem, or let's say discovery, or let's say a movement which has helped people. Today we are here because of technological revolution. Who would have thought years back that somebody sitting on a chair could speak to hundreds of people, right? Over a rectangular shape box covered with a glass. Right? In TV, this was not possible, but at least now in monitors and laptops and everything, we could connect. Back 50 years back, people will laugh at us, but look at us now laughing at them, right? But with each technological growth, which each humanoid, the level that we have reached also leaves a lot of repercussions, right? It is to rightly say that Newton's third law come into act, right? To every action, equal and opposite reactions. And how have we done that? With this. We're not even aware what are e-waste. Just we throw it. Batteries, bulbs, computer chips, right? This one. It's a common day scenario, right? We see it every day in our household. Every place you go, it's filled with these kind of images now. Is it the right thing? Look at the amount of consumption that can happen from this. Okay. Many people tell me, since I love reading books and since I'm an English lecturer, many a time what happens is that we purchase books, right? So there is a new trend of digital reading and audio hearing. So many ways of different things that are happening that you hear as an English lecturer, people telling you to switch between one mode to another. Everything is fine with me, right? When they tell us that we should go digital, we should go digital. But one of my biggest questions is, even if you go digital, right? People stop thinking that the coal usage comes at cost. Your electricity just doesn't generate out of nowhere. Everything that we're using now, this whole connection, me connecting with all of you, is happening because of some kind of energy being produced somewhere. Right? So it's important for us to learn how this energy has been there, to understand how to save those energies. Right? Now, these are so many ways to save energy. So many ways. If you don't need many things, you should switch it off. Right? There is no need for excessive work if it's not there. Another simple ways to get your smart, I mean, like, everything is here. You can research yourself and you can every day type on Google ways to save electricity at home, ways to save water at home, ways to save air pollution at home, etc., etc. Learn about them. Right? Rather than just scrolling all on reels, something on the doom scrolling, right? People just go mad scrolling the reels again and again, again and again. Right? Simple steps. Turn off the lights, recycle, save leftovers. Don't just kill any organism that you see. Right? Always encourage some kind of tree planting. Always. Bangalore is known as the garden city. It has so many trees. That's why it's so beautiful. Trash cleaning and everything whichever is important there. Right? Let's not become this. Let's stop ourselves from becoming this. This is one from my favorite illustrators called Steve Cutts. He does brilliant work. I will share one video of his just after this. I think this is the video, but I'm not too sure. I will play it separately. Because it's getting stuck. Yeah. Let's not turn our planet into something else. It will be very, very sad if that happens. Right? One of my favorite quotes, Oscar Wilde, it says, to live is the rarest thing in this world. Most people exist. That's all. And that goes for every organism, I feel. Life itself is a beautiful gift. Right? Another important thing, one of my favorite philosophers, psychologists, who says education is what survives when what has been learned is forgotten. It's not just your textual learning that is important, but also your practical approach from what you have learned that can change things around us. Right? This is our beautiful campus, where you'll soon set foot and we'll be around, and I'm sure I'll meet each and every one of you. Right? These are the surroundings, the greenery, one of the best campus that we have around us. Right? So many trees. I couldn't just capture everything around me. Right? Basketball court and all the trees and everything which are there. We could hear peacocks, screeching sometimes. And like that. This is the beauty that we like to get surrounded with. This is our pride. This is what makes us feel happy. Let us not convert that into something like this in years to come. Right? It will become a grave issue. Trust me. Right? Something like this. We cannot picture. Right? Like this. I don't think so that's the right way to. Our world will soon become this if we don't take care of it. Please remember, like I always read, there is no plan B for our planet. We'll have to exercise whatever we can from all our might, and we should work together. Right? Let's not come to a situation like this, that the planet is burning. Right? Now at ST.CLARET, now since I gave this talk on nature and everything like that, you must be wondering like, oh my God, this person is talking, but what can we actually do? This is what we can do. Right? There are certain clubs here at ST.CLARET College that engages in these kind of activities to make students practice or make students understand. Right? First is the CLARET Communication Club, followed by the CLARET Center for Social Action, Nature for Life Club, Science in Action, CLARET Academy Club. These all groups of people work together to bring change within students. Okay. If you have any question, I mean, I really want to apologize, first of all, for the delay. And secondly, that this topic just cannot be done in an hour. It's a life learning process, right? But whatever I could, I felt it was in some sort would have helped my students. I did. But in case if you have any doubts, any question, you can mail to me. I'll be happy to respond to you, right? Okay. So this is the thing. Let's save our planet as early as we can and work together, right? And thank you so much. It was great having you. And I will just share the videos that I wanted to do. And let's see if I could play that. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute, 1 minute. Okay, the video is here. Let's hope that it will be played. And yeah. Okay, I think you can see the video. Okay, thank you for your patience. Thank you for listening to me. I'm sure it was indeed a kind of a learning experience is what I would believe. And I have that little hope that somewhere one day we could all work together and bring changes that will help not only us, but our future generation as well, right? And once when we come back to college, I would love to meet you all. And you can always come and meet me. I'll be at the department. And it was really nice having you. I would like to thank my teachers. I would like to begin actually by thanking Father Sojan Abraham for giving the opportunity, and my teachers, my mentors, my colleagues. And it's really nice to have shared this topic, I feel, right? And I would also like to mention this one thing about our institution, ST.CLARET, is that we have once again done things to ensure that our students don't feel that we are not making initiatives. This is a brilliant initiative taken by our institution and everyone around us, and I would really like to thank them. So have a great time ahead. I would like to see you, and all the very best. Take care, people. In case if you have any doubts, do share with me. I shared my email ID. It's tenzing@stpc.edu.in, and I will see you all again soon. Take care. Bye-bye, people. Also, please stay logged in. Another session will continue. Give us 2 minutes. We'll be right back.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I hope you're enjoying your induction program and you enjoyed the previous session also. I know it can get a bit heavy, but then you need to start growing up with your time and age. You need to get exposed to different kinds of things. So welcome to my session. And this time it's going to be not very serious stuff, but very important stuff. I'm going to be talking about our college and the major events that happens in the college and how you can be part of this. Since you're joining, it's very important to know where what is happening. So probably this session will help you understand uh, what are the clubs that are functioning in the college, which are the big programs, where do I get an opportunity to participate in all these things. So please keep your eyes, ears, everything open for the next 40, I won't take long, 45 minutes. Quickly we'll run through the college activities and where all you can find opportunities. Okay, so we'll start with the first one. The first activity that we are going to have is, it's going to start right away tomorrow itself. That is your academia. That's the first day of college. I'm sharing the poster which is already put up on our social medias. So it is mandatory for all the first PU students to join this particular session tomorrow. It will be, your timings and everything will be informed to you. So what is academia? Academia is the inaugural day for the first PU students. Of course, you have started off classes and these are informal classes. It's an induction program. Formally, you will start all your classes by the next week. Okay. So this is a kind of a welcoming you all into the space and helping you all feel at home. So we will have put up a show for you all and make you all feel good about where you're joining. Right. So what is scheduled in academia is a formal function where you will be watching your leaders for this year, the council members. You can see the photograph on on the right side. The picture on the right side has your current council members. All the captains from different clubs are going to take on their duties formally from this particular day, and they'll be conducting themselves on those roles and doing some activities in each of these clubs. So the formal adorning of the sash and receiving the flag and assuming responsibility is what this day is all about. Along with that, there will be a short welcoming, a welcome dance or some entertainment for you all. And we always have a celebrity guest in these events because we want you all also to feel that you are in a space, you are in a college that is of privilege, and there are big personalities who are associating with us, and that shows that you have chosen the right space to grow in. So if such people are willing to associate with us, it simply means that you are in the right place. So mandatory for all of you all, please join us. I will not be talking too much about this because you're going to witness it tomorrow, right? So let's leave this story to unfold by tomorrow by itself. So all of you all will be watching it live at the timings will be mentioned, I think roughly around 11 o'clock. Okay, what else happened behind the scenes of academia is the student council selection election process. So last 1 month, it was an extensive grill for all these students that you saw here. It was an extensive grilling session for them. They went through multiple rounds, totally about 5 rounds of different levels of competition where they were asked to do different activities, from talent to something intellectual to something funny, all kinds of things to test their ability to be in leadership roles, their ability to work with teams, their creative ideas. All of that were tapped in the last 1 month, and finally these 4 students were chosen as your presidents, and they are the general secretaries, and the other people who are standing in that group are different club captains. Okay, so when every captain came together, all of them were given this formal ceremony to take on their role. So that was the behind the inside story behind this academy. So before I go on to the next one, we have 4 major big events that happens in the college. It starts with this one, where we have very prestigious guests who are coming in offline to the campus, but this time it is one of them has come offline, the other one will be online because of the current situation. The second important function or the event comes after, maybe in the month of from September onwards, you can anticipate it. Our biggest event and the pride of SCPC is the Intercollegiate Fest. Okay, what do you mean by Intercollegiate Fest? Intercollegiate Fest is where we are hosting a fest in our campus, and all our other colleges around Bangalore, maybe 50 to 60 odd colleges in and around Bangalore are invited for this. We work extensively over one and a half month before that, send in invitations to different colleges and invite them, and we conduct intercollegiate events, which are stage events, which can be solo events like drawing, singing, it can be dance, it can be fashion show, it can be theater, and all the fun activities happens on those 2 days. So it's a 1 to 2 day thing, but it's like a festive mode in the college when synergy is in place. So you're going to let's cross fingers, it starts offline soon, things become better, right? You'll get a chance to experience college life and exclusive experience at SCPC only if you're part of all these things, right? So let's hope that you can actually view these things at the earliest and you're not stuck in this pandemic, sitting at home even this academic year. I wanted to show you all something, just a second. It's related to this. So this was just a promo of what you can anticipate. Let it load. This was a last year's promotional video. It's a short one, just for a minute. So let this. Yeah, I hope you can hear the volume is on. I just hope so. Are you able to hear anything? You're able to hear? No, okay. Let me check. The volume has to be put on. Yeah, I will do that. Okay. I hope you can hear it now. Can you hear something? No? Okay. I don't think we should waste time, but you can see the visuals. Let's see. Now can you hear? Yeah. That's something. Okay. Right. So we were at this slide. This is the biggest event of our college, one of the biggest events. We have, I told you, we have 4 big ones, and this is what students really look forward to, because it's the most fun time. And the only thing is, you're not going to be participating in this fest, but you will be part of organizing it. Okay, you are the host and you'll be conducting it. So you can be part of the event management. You can be part of teams that are organizing your different events in the college. You can be a host. You can be part of the crew who's taking photographs. You can be part of the dance organizing team. Like that, you have a lot of opportunities, and it will be a total fun place. You'll wake up in the morning and just wait to reach college. I promise you, that's how it's going to be in those days, especially during this synergy. Okay, so these are some photos I wanted to share with you all about what the scene looks like. The college will not look the same on those days. The whole stage setup in front of the college will be completely transformed, and there'll be an extraordinary sound and light and stage setup where you'll have all these colleges coming in. So you have performances from some of the best colleges in Bangalore happening in our campus. And we're also known for conducting the most well organized fest ever, which you'll realize when you join the college. When you start attending other college fests, you realize how things work and how we work, right? So these are some pictures I wanted to share with you all. This is the dance performance. Then we had a DJ event at the end. And these are on the right side, you can see a team of students. Of course, there are teachers also. You can't even make out which is the teacher and which is the student there. But this is the council team that was behind this whole fest. Okay, so they get to work, put their hands on, and actually learn to conduct events. Event management as a skill really comes up. So we have the president and the council members actively working. It's not only them, everybody else is also, but they are part of the core team. So that's why I put their photograph there. So these are all glimpses from the fest that I wanted to show you all. The next event, this is around September, October. The next one comes in December. It's related to Christmas, and therefore it is called as Namma Santa. Okay, we call it Namma Santa. And it's a very unique Christmas presentation that we organize in our college. It's not Christmas. See, Christmas is a spirit of joy, is a spirit of sharing, it's a spirit of love, peace. So we bring in all those things in the form of organizing activities for the underprivileged. So we celebrate it in such a way that we put up a grand show with an amazing crib in the campus. We give interclass competitions related to Christmas based competitions. And then we invite kids and others who are underprivileged. It could be children from the orphanage. It could be ailing, terminally ill children who are under treatment, like maybe they're having cancer or they are under dialysis, right? Such children, they get a day out to come and travel and come to our college. We offer them a meal, and we organize games for them, and we put up a show for them. And we also, through the process, we also collect funds. Through the month, we collect funds, and on that day, we hand it over to these groups. This is our way of celebrating Christmas, and you can see something written at the bottom. It's called as a CSA, Christian Students Association, and the CCSA, Claret Center for Social Action. So you see, we have clubs that are not just there for the sake of it. They're actually behind this work. So you can, if you're part of a club, and if you're interested in service, you're interested in charity, if you're interested in, you're a spiritual person, you would like to, you're a Christian student and want to be part of this club. So all clubs are being animated by teachers to do something solid like this, something meaningful like this. This is a lot of fun. We also call celebrities on that day. So there is a photograph of one celebrity here. And you can, the child, the little girl in the center is also a celebrity child, a celebrity star. And on the left side of the screen, you can see the amount that was collected 3,73,356 rupees was collected from the campus and given to the kids. You can see on the stage, they're all kids suffering with some or the other terminal condition, and they're all from St. John's Hospital, from the pediatric ward. These kids are very what do you say, they're very delicate. They have to be handled very delicately. So you bring them very carefully, give them a nice meal, make them play to the capacity they can, make them dance, make their day beautiful. And then you also offer some funds for their treatment. So they're all kids who cannot afford treatment. And so it's nice, right? We do something, we also enjoy, and we also make a difference in somebody's life. So that's how these clubs work. So you've already seen 2 clubs now. The activities is all coming from the club called CLARET Academy of Talents, which organizes all the cultural activities. These are clubs which is into social action, is into spirituality, and they try to convert. So there's no point in just praying to God, right? You need to convert that into action. So even work is worship. When you help somebody, it's like a prayer. So we try to put that into our kids' minds, and the teachers animate and they do these kind of activities. Okay, so that is Namma Santa, and you also saw how 2-3 clubs are behind this activity. So you can understand there is a social action club, there is a Christian students club connected to Christmas, and there's one cultural club who's putting up the cultural activities. So you have a role, every club has a role. You can really find an opportunity to do something in the college if you associate with any of these clubs. Okay, we'll go to the next event. This is the next big and the last event for the academic year. It's called Pinnacle. It's the graduation day ceremony, the day the students complete their second PU course and they exit the college. So why we call it the word Pinnacle? We call it the word Pinnacle because they're reaching at the zenith, at the top of their 2 years academic experience here. It's time to move. Now they'll climb another mountain. They're going to start from scratch. Okay, so but it's a beautiful experience. On this day, we create a graduation experience for all students. They're allowed to come dressed very beautifully. They are given the opportunity to come at their best clothes. Of course, we plan it in a uniform way and try and choose things that looks good on youngsters like you all. And then we also again put up a big show. There are celebrities coming even on that day. You also feel good that on my graduation day an ex-person like this had come. So we have had one graduation day, we have had Prasad Vidappa come. Have you heard of Prasad Vidappa? He's a fashion model coordinator, is a very popular person who's behind some of the biggest models in the industry. You can name them and it'll be him who's behind their grooming. So it was a privilege to have such people in our campus. And of course, whenever we get an opportunity, we start connecting with all these people even after the event. So this is Pinnacle. This day is important for one more reason. This is the day the second year student gets those exclusive awards, the best student award, the best most talented student, the best sportsman award. So a lot of academic awards, all these awards are given on this day. And so therefore, right from day one, from first PU till you pass out, it's very, very important that you explore all the opportunities and put out your best foot forward if you are aiming at winning some awards at the end of your 2-year term. Okay, so you're going to be watched throughout. So put your best foot forward, utilize, being in college doesn't mean only studies. We don't believe in only focusing on academics. We believe in overall growth, and that is why we create opportunities for students to grow inside class as well as outside class. Okay, and this will be the day where you will reach that pinnacle and you will be awarded for your performance in whichever stream. So that is the pinnacle. You can see a lot of fun happening. The juniors will put up a show for the seniors who are passing out, and you can see there's nobody who stays away from fun, including our principal. Okay, you can see him on stage playing the guitar, and he will dance his heart out with all the students, because that's the day you are you are almost at the last leg of your PU life, right? So we make it memorable for you all. And when you pass out, you should always feel that, that's a place where you can return always. So we try and make sure that this 2 years is filled with a lot of fun. It's not only studies. You look back into this campus not for academics alone, for everything, for making memories, for learning something meaningful, for adding a lot of academic value into your life. All of that will happen when you are part of this 2 years and these kind of activities. So that is about Pinnacle. Okay. Now I'll go on to some major important clubs in our college. One is the sports club, just like the cultural. Our sports club is at the top of its game right now, and we have some of the best players in certain games and activities in our college. I can show you, I can keep on adding slides, but then I thought I'll concise it and put it in two because we have less time to go into all these details. So this is a photograph of the deputy director of the PU board, who's giving us the award for the basketball team. So just for your information, we have the best basketball team players, that is a boys team. In the last 4 years, we've been standing out as the state champions, and we've beaten even degree college students. So competent they are that they go for casual other tournaments, even with students that are older to them. And they're competent enough to win these tournaments because they're given very exclusive coaching, very serious professional coaching in sports and games. It's not only in basketball, we have throw ball, we have tennis players, we have swimmers. Of course, we don't have that practice here, but we have for basketball, throw ball, football, cricket, and tennis and badminton. We have facility in the campus for coaching and training. And it is all coming literally free. If you're part of this PU curriculum, it is curriculum and co-curricular activities. Okay, so we on the right side, you can see a head coach, founder of Dribble Academy. This is in Delhi, actually. He's a very popular person in the field of basketball, and we had him in our campus. We have actually 2 of his students studying in the campus, and he also visited us, and he had a mentoring session with our basketball team, right? So that kind of, so it's not only academics. If you are in some club, if there are experts around, we try and get these kind of people to be resource persons for us and our kids within the 2-year period. So you can see that. Now I'm going to run through a couple of slides showing all the champions in different fields. You can see on the right, swimming champion Bhumika, and karate champion on the left side. You can see basketball, some team huddle, and some moments I wanted to bring in, whatever matches that were happening in the college. So these were some winning moments, and these were some, the adrenaline rush while seeing the picture on the left side, where they were going in for the next slot of that game. You should be able to witness all this in the next 2 years, hopefully. Right, so it is so amazing to be part of all these things, because you see your college playing against other colleges, and finally they go up to taluk, district, state level, and they have even gone for national. So our team has gone even up to the nationals, but we have managed to remain the state champions. Nationals, there are individual players who have played at the national level. So that's our girls team and the boys team. And on the right side, you can see a boy. He's a tennis champion at under 17, under 18 category. This is the girls team. So all the officials standing at the back are people from the board, the PU board, sports and games related activities. So it is part of your curriculum. We are not wasting time here. The board expects us to conduct academic activities and some co-curricular activities also. So all this is part of your academic overall growth. Okay, so that is about sports and games. These are some winning moments. You can see the trophies that they're winning, and these are some national. I think this is a national level match. So they have gone traveled all over India also to play. It's not only in Bangalore. They go for matches to different states. So that's how how competitive the teams are. And it's not only basketball, we have throw ball also at state level. We have all other games. We have all kinds of exclusive coaching, and all this starts around 3:30 in the evening. So if it is an offline class, you start by 8:45, you end your class by 3:30, 3:31 or 3:35. You get 5 minutes time, quickly change into your jerseys, get into your respective teams and start your practice. So it's very professionally done. You're given exercises, warm-ups, then you're taught the game and you're given sort of practices, and you're taken for tournaments. So if you are managing yourself to get into these teams, you are set for life, because you will get a lot of opportunities if you get an opportunity to get into these teams. Okay, so that is about our sports club. Then I'll talk about our music association club. So music association of CLARET, there's a small mistake in the spelling there. Music association, this is one other club that has blossomed in the last few years in such a beautiful way. They have some amazing releases that are happening. So you might think every college has a dance team, has a fashion team, has a sports team, and they just do some activities. So here we are slightly different. We don't just make you do regular stuff. We actually help you to do some creatives also in that field. So our kids have been part of certain music productions, not just singing a song on stage. There are some recordings and albums that are released from our college where our students are singing these songs, and trust me, they're made so beautifully. You if you are an aspiring singer, you must try your best to get into this team and be part of these initiatives. So here I am again going to show you a video. I have 2 3. Let's see which one I can show you. I'll show you. Yes, these are some special projects but done by the Music Association. I will play one of them. Are you able to hear? Or is it the same? No sound? No sound, right? Yeah, no sound. Let me stop it. So every time I share, I have to click on the yes. It's actually shared. Can you hear anything? Or it's just starting, I think. They have seen this, Father? Then I'll play another one. Yeah. Okay. I played on the first. Okay, then I'll play another one. They have seen this, Father? Then I'll play another one. Why is the sound not coming? Share with the sound. I shared. No, I didn't. But I've shared with sound. Here. Can you guess the song? Have you heard of Backstreet Boys? Yeah. Yes. So did you like that? And that was our music teacher, the main voice, and rest of the students are also singing. And one more thing I wanted to say. All the faces that you saw there are not people who are only into music and their academics are not that great. Some of them have passed out with 96% in second PU. Okay, they are toppers in their streams. So it is a myth that you cannot balance your studies and your co-curricular. You can do it. And we've witnessed, I think, in the last few years, we've seen some solid talent, and it is coming from students who are able to balance it out, be it sports, music, dance. Okay, so we don't refrain from joining all these things, because it just transforms you and you feel so good. You feel like attending college. You feel like studying. You feel like doing well. Okay, there's a lot of feel good factor for all these things. So that's why it's important to be part of these things. Okay, let's go to the next club, which is called the Claret Academy of Talents. So this is all related to culturals. So what all comes under this club is your dance, fashion show, theater, literary activities, art and design. All of that comes under this wing. And we also have in this also a lot of activities happening. So these are on the left side, you can see an inter-class competition. This happened the last year, where they were asked to do something with best out of waste. So kids have come up with, I shouldn't be calling you all kids, all you youngsters have come up with, very unique ideas. We really enjoyed putting up this competition, because very different kind of costumes were created out of paper and plastic that was lying around. And then there was dance competitions. We also have, along with culturals, we also, I'm just putting a couple of photos just to tell you what that is. We have face painting, art, design, drawing, sketching, all of that. We also have something called as a very different kind of a sports day, where we don't have very traditional events. We do have that also, athletics and all that, but along with that, some fun events. What we noticed is, when you keep these traditional events, you have this mindset that I'm not a sports person, so I won't join. So you don't go for the running or the long jump, and you refrain from participating. So we decided to change the game. We want everyone to enjoy, so we put up these kind of fun events, and it doesn't require any big talent to be part of this, and everyone used to participate, and it was a lot of fun. So tug of war, sack race, lemon and spoon race, bursting the balloon, all kinds of, just to feel free and feel good. A fun day, one whole day of such events. So we put up these kind of things from the cultural and the sports clubs, a combination of cultural and sports activities. This is an ensemble. I wanted to put it in one slide. Last 4 years, 5 years, whatever intercollegiate fests we have been going from our college. Our teams have been going to Mount, St. Joseph's Christ, wherever they are participating. We've mostly won almost every place the overall championship, because of the huge number of participation, and also because of the kind of quality students we are sending. We're not sending just to fill the entries. We are sending them actually in order to ensure they win a prize. So there's a lot of training given. If we are sending a sports team for a match, they have been coached. Yeah. They have been sent for a coaching, given solid coaching, then sent for a match. If these guys are going for an a cappella or a group singing competition, you saw the quality. You saw how good they are, right? So that kind of training is ensured. So you're not just sent into any fest just like that. If you're giving in your name, if you are showing interest, some kind of training is given, and then you are sent to make sure that you are good at what you're doing. So this is sort of a picture. I put it together to help you understand how you see the kind of energy on the right side, that picture, right? They're screaming out because it's so happy, because you're feeling so confident. It's brimming with energy and confidence. So that is one picture I'd like to show. And this is one more special project. So each club, mind you, every club comes up with something special. So our CAT Cultural Club is come up with, last year came up with a special event. And this also, I have a short video. This is a Latin fusion dance. a Latin fusion dance that they came up with, and it's all available on YouTube. I don't know if I'll be able to play the whole thing, but let's watch it. It's a 2 to 3 minutes thing. So this was a Latin fusion dance, shot very professionally from the cultural team. Okay, so that was a performance by these four students here are part of the cultural club and they're cultural captains also. And I don't know if the person on the right side is familiar. She's part of a reality TV show. She's been part of that reality TV since past 6 months. So that is the kind of caliber that they have even gotten selected for such events. So this is one special project. It was the first time we ever tried it, and only because of the kind of professional, how professional they were. They are all trained, very well trained, and they're very good friends. Okay, please don't think in any other angle. They're extremely well. One of the students, I would like to quote one student there. The girl has scored 97% in second PU. Okay, so I'm giving these examples because they are not kidding. They are real. This is all for real, and you can do it. You can also do it, right? So this is an example how you can balance it out. You can live life to the fullest if you're serious about it, and you can have a lot of fun despite focusing on your academics also. So that is the next we'll go on to. I have just a few more left. Okay. This is the picture of the educational visits that we have. We have international visits as well as the local ones. This was the last one we had, a trip to Europe. And before that, we had one to Singapore. Before that, one to NASA, USA. Right. So every year we plan out. This is an optional thing. Those students who wish to travel will go for a 10-day, 1 week to 10-day programs. They are taken to very select places with a predetermined activity. Like they had a workshop at NASA when they went. Everywhere there is something planned for them, even if it's a trip. So it's worth your money. Since we are going from the campus, it will also be reasonable. So this was the previous last one we went for. The next one was Russia, but unfortunately the pandemic started and we had to stall it for a while. So this was one exchange program. And this is the local ones, the Department of History, Humanities usually take for a historical visit. And this is a visit to Belur, Halebedu students visiting there. It's part of their lesson, and they also get to see the place in real, literally understand it. And they're good at formulating a solid 10-mark answer when they're able to visit these kind of places and understand in the real perspective. So that is educational visits. Then comes a Claret Communication. This is a new club, and all the speakers, people who are interested in literary skills, writing, reading, speaking, okay, get into this. Because most often what I have noticed, I've been coordinating cultural activities over the last 12 years, and I've noticed that only these dancers and sports people are coming on stage, and the rest of them feel left out, and like they don't get a fair share of exposing or expressing their talent. But now that we have started this, a lot of students who are good at reading, writing, this kind of talent is also coming out. And no program is complete without a proper anchor, right? We need good presenters, and we need good anchors. And we also make it sure that if you want to stand for the council elections, if you want to get into any leadership role, any club, you must first, so this is an open invitation. If you really want to be part of the college council, when you come to college, when you join the college, join the CCC club. Get trained in communication, because you need to have communication skills in leadership roles. Okay, so this is one such club, and they are also doing something special. Their special project is the MUN. Have you heard of that? Mock United Nations, right? I think certain schools practice this this event, and we also have our own MUN team. So this photos here are of students. Along with the teacher who had a previous session with you all. He's coordinating the CCC club, and you can see the team. This was the, fully coordinated by students. The teacher was just animating from behind. And these are the scenes, behind the scenes, what was happening. It looks like a real setup. The way they handled it, I'm sure they gave all teachers also a complex. The kind of reading up you have to do to be part of a MUN is at a whole new level. Okay, you need to, you'll as teachers, we used to get some complex, as in, we are not up to date with all these things. So that's how competent our students are who are part of this communications club and who are part of activities like this. So I wanted to share some pictures related to that. Then we have NCC. During admissions, a lot of students were asking about, is there NCC, and we would like to join. So yes, we have NCC training here. We have our very own NCC officer in the campus, and people from the NCC, National Cadet Corps, come here for recruitment. They do the screening, and they take students, they coach them professionally, and they give them all the training, and they are they have their regular functions, they have their classes by the external resource person. These are some camp moments, lighter moments in the night. They go for 10-day, 5-day camps to different places, right? So this is some moments related to the camp. One camp we organized in the campus. So these photos are what happened in our campus. But of course, they go to other places and stay and learn a lot of service-based activities and discipline. So that's NCC for you. And NCC is good for certain students because you get a quota for the professional course admissions, right? So NCC is also available in the college. Then comes another club, Science in Action. So this was a unique idea, Starry Night Camp arranged by the Department of Science. And they wanted to plan the planetarium experience, seeing specific planets and things like that. So this was a specific program that was arranged in the campus, and it was a night camp. The students had to stay back in the building, and they were taught. They had all these things, exposures happening, some coaching, training happening, and the following day, I think the following morning, this was in the night. And there's a fire camp, and this was a short address by our principal and some games and fun and activities. So this is, see, even if no person will get bored if you're part of club and associations. Even if you are scientific minded, you are not interested in dance, music, maybe you're more academic, you join these kind of things. It keeps you motivated, it keeps you informed, it keeps you confident when you're part of such initiatives, right? So this is the science in action. And why should we leave, why should we only let students enjoy, even teachers enjoy in our campus? Okay, so we also have our own shares of performances. So this is also available on YouTube, the dance by teachers. We had a Onam celebration in the campus. We have all cultures. If it is Ramzan, we celebrate. If it is Ugadi, we celebrate. And the teachers put up a small show and give us a meal. So this was our initiative, one initiative from the Keralites. And there was one professional video of a dance sequence also shot. All our teachers, okay? So we are also here to give you tough competition. And not only students, teachers are also good here. And this is also, this was like this, there were others also. I couldn't really get the videos there. Yakshagana and puppet show was all organized by the Kannada Academy. Okay, so the Karnataka traditional folk art was in our campus, and it is, you should watch these videos on YouTube and Facebook, it is available. So these activities were arranged by the Kannada club. Okay, like that, you also saw the French club. You had an exclusive session about the French activity. So there's lots happening from these language clubs. Literary and language clubs also bring in something. So nobody is feeling left out. Okay, every club is bringing out something interesting. I don't have every club's information. I bought a few, and rest, I mean, I should leave a little bit for you all to come and explore and learn, right? So a little bit is a secret there. You can come into the college and realize what is there. Last but not the least, all the celebrities that came into our college. I've not been able to put everybody, but yes, most of them are here. That's Prasad Vidapa. That's one of our students who got selected from our campus for a modeling event. Okay, the other side is the head of the Alliance Francaise, the French coaching center in Bangalore. And we have all these actresses. That's Ollie Essay. She's a DJ. She was there for one of our fests. Okay, so these are people who visited our campus and was associated with us in one or the other way. We have Ricky Cage also. I couldn't manage to put the photograph here. Ricky Cage. We have the advocate here. All of these are some of the few. Even the consulate general, the Israel consulate general also was here in our campus. So that I have a short 30-second just to show you. We're at the end, just another slide and we are good to go. Yeah, so these are some of the snippets of what happened and what these people felt after visiting our campus, and how it should make you feel proud to come here. Okay, so that's a glimpse of all the celebrities who came into our campus. And last but not the least, I've missed out a few more clubs, so I've just listed out the names here. I've put the names: Claret Amity Club, and There is Christian student that I've already spoke of. There's the bio club is there, Nature for Life club. They involve in environmental based activities and nature and those kind of things. Commerce for Action, there's finance and commerce and business related activities. So business quiz and those whatever commerce related activities happen. Quiz club is there. Language clubs are there. For each language, there is a club: Hindi, French, Kannada, English. Like this, the college is brimming with life. It's just a matter, you need to believe that you've gotten an opportunity here. Once you land here, it is your job to explore and get in and make the best out of SEPC. Right? We have so much to offer. We only wish that why we did this exercise is so that you're oriented. When you come in, you know where to look and what, you know that it is available. So you'll seek for it, right? So that was the whole idea behind this exercise. I hope you all enjoyed this session. And if you all have any more queries, feel free to contact us personally. You can come and visit the college and understand it better. And follow our Facebook page, Instagram page, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll get these alerts, and whenever activities are happening, you'll get to know. And then at least you will realize, okay, this one, can I also join it? Yeah, okay, there's one more club. I'm sorry, there's an alumni club for those who have passed out, because we want to connect to our alumni and extend our relationship with them. We don't want them to just leave and forget and move on. So we have an active alumni club also, and most of our alumni are part of some of these projects that you're seeing, whether it's dance, theater, whether it's music. Even the music teacher is our ex-student. Okay, so that's how strong our bond is, and we want to continue this with y'all also. I mean, of course, there are 2 more years time to go, but yes, so this is the last club that is left, and I think I've made a fair share of explanation of each of them. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'm hoping all of you all will join one or the other club and put out your talents. Okay, whether you want to sing or dance, you can do it in any of the clubs. Not necessary that you have to join a music club to sing. You can be in the Kannada club and sing a Kannada song. Right? Okay. So all the best. I hope you enjoyed this session. I enjoyed it. It was really nice to go back in time and get back all these stuff and put it in front of you all. Okay. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye. You can exit the class.